All right, y'all. So I am bringing you yet another update when it comes to this whole UnitedHealthcare CEO debacle. Apparently, they done got him, y'all. They got him. And of course, social media is still in a frenzy. Y'all been posting pictures like this. Y'all, let's just get into it. Let's get to it.
After making your death drop, headlock, got him in a headlock. Music to my ears, I'm about to make your head pop.
All right, y'all, let's just get right to it. This is coming from NPR. Police in Altoona. Is that how you? That's an ugly name for a city. I'm so sorry, whoever lived there, y'all. Altoona. Sorry. Police in Altoona, Pennsylvania, have arrested 26-year-old Luigi. And I was like, I thought y'all playing, but no, his name's actually Luigi. No shade. I just thought y'all was playing. Luigi, in connection with the fatal shooting of UnitedHealthcare CEO Brian Thompson. Now, the internet's new obsession, Luigi he went to court and ended up facing 5 charges, which included illegal possession of a firearm and forgery. Now, they just charged him with the false IDs that he ended up showing the cops, or for the false IDs that he ended up showing the cops. As of the time I'm making a video, he has not been charged directly charged in connection with the murder. But I mean, like, he's the person of interest. he's a suspect, or like, that's it. They haven't charged him yet, but they're holding him on these charges: illegal possession of a firearm, forgery, all that type of stuff. In a press conference, Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro hailed the police officers who arrested him and the McDonald's employee and patron who spotted Luigi dining at the Altoona fast food restaurant and alerted police. So I guess the story that they're trying to tell us is that this guy did what he did, escaped on a bike, escaped to the bus stop, went to Pennsylvania, ended up in Pennsylvania, had all of those things on him still, the gun, the false IDs and all that stuff. And then a McDonald's employee, worker, whatever, identified him and alerted the police. Now, I mean, if you're running away, let me just ask you this. If you're running away from doing stuff, I mean, I'm asking like y'all done also kill some CEOs, but what I'm saying is, like, if you're running, why you keeping all that stuff on you, bro? Like, they said that he had all the same stuff on him. And as you know, like, I don't know, like, unless he's just sitting there waiting to be caught, like expecting to be caught. But to me, I just thought it was kind of wild that he was sitting there at a McDonald's and not out the country already. You know what I mean? Like, I just thought it was kind of crazy. But okay, real quick, by the way, people are review bombing the McDonald's restaurant because obviously someone there, patron, employee, alerted the police, so they were review bombing it. I thought that was funny. Anyway, at an earlier press conference announcing the suspect's arrest, Luigi was said to be a person of interest in the shooting that launched a nationwide manhunt. Of course, it sparked discussions about this idiotic state that our healthcare system is in. Police said that he was found with a ghost gun believed to have been used in the killing, as well as a fake ID and a handwritten 3-page document, aka manifesto, which indicated his motivation. NYPD Chief Detective Joseph Kenny said the document in Luigi's possession indicated some ill will toward corporate America. And it's just like, okay, of course, corporate America is filled with nothing but ill will. Like, come on. Apparently, the manifesto also said, these parasites had it coming. I do apologize for any strife and trauma, but it had to be done, apparently. Now, I do find it strange. I do find it strange that in this year of 2024, this 26-year-old then had a handwritten, manifesto. And also, like I said before, I found it strange that, like, you did a crime and you kept all the stuff on you. Now, it could be some weird stuff going on with NYPD and all that stuff. Like, with the authorities, there's always some weird stuff going on. It could be that. Or maybe this guy's just like, well, whatever. I want to be found, and this is the statement that I'm making. Like, I feel so strange because everything else was so planned, like meticulously planned. Like, this guy tracked down when the CEO was going to be walking to an investor meeting. So I'm like, everything else was so meticulously planned, and now he was just sitting there waiting with all the tools that he used at a McDonald's. I was just like, okay. Okay. Now, of course, a lot of people want to know who exactly Luigi is. According to his LinkedIn profile, Luigi has worked as a data engineer at the car buying website TrueCar Inc. since 2020, and he most recently lived in Honolulu, Hawaii. The 26-year-old fitness enthusiast had graduated as valedictorian of Baltimore's private Gilman School. I think it's a private all-boys school, and went on to attend the University of Pennsylvania, where he received both bachelor's and master's degrees in computer science with a focus on artificial intelligence. Law enforcement officials say he does not have any known criminal history. Social media pages appearing to belong to Luigi paint a complicated picture of the Ivy League educated techie who showed interest in philosophy and high-minded literature. In one online review by Luigi of the book Industrial Society and Its Future, the anti-technology essay penned by the Unabomber, the reviewer wrote, "It's easy to quickly and thoughtlessly write this off as the manifesto of a lunatic in order to avoid facing some of the uncomfortable problems it identifies, but it's simply impossible to ignore how prescient many of his predictions about modern society turned out." Elsewhere on social media, Luigi discussed topics like AI, the fact that he was agnostic, and his belief that porn should be regulated no less than alcohol, cigarettes, and travel. Okay. On X, he retweeted messages decrying the woke mind virus and appeared supportive of Elon Musk and Peter Thiel, two tech billionaires who helped thrust Donald Trump and J.D. Vance to their 2024 election victory, views that seemingly put him at odds with the mythos of a Robin Hood type figure on a rampage against the wealthy. I'll talk about that in a second. Apparently, the shooter came from a rich family. They're saying that his family businesses, or the family business, include Lorien Nursing Homes, radio station WCBM-AM. Apparently, they were supporting also the Greater Baltimore Medical Center, the Old Baltimore Opera Company. I guess his grandfather was apparently a self-made real estate developer who owned country clubs, nursing homes, and radio station. Like I said, this guy's Luigi's grandmother, Mary, who died in 2023 from Parkinson's, was described in an obituary as a hospital benefactor, and a music pitcher. So this guy comes from a rich family or something. Apparently, this is just what I'm seeing online. So, of course, I found that development very interesting, but also it kind of solidified to me how insane the current healthcare system is, right? Where people from across all kinds of political stances have identified how much of an issue, how deeply disturbing this problem is for the entire country, right? Because this guy, if he was talking about woke mind virus and all that stuff, like, he wasn't the worst. He's in the worst of the tech bros, the right wing crazy tech, but he still was one, like, at least to a certain extent. Now, of course, people on social media had to do their digging once they found out that Luigi was the one who did it, or who at least got arrested for it. They claimed that he had actually went through some kind of, I don't know if it was a breakdown or whatever, but went missing for a couple months. Even in these series of tweets, you can see that someone was trying to get into contact with him even as recently as November. I'm going to read here. Luigi, a 26-year-old individual currently under investigation for the shooting, blah, 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 we already know, has indeed undergone back surgery. According to reports, he suffered from chronic back pain due to a misaligned vertebra that pinched his spinal cord, which had been a lingering issue for years. Friends noted that he had recently shared images of himself post-surgery, but went radio silent afterward, apparently for months. Additionally, Luigi's online presence included an X-ray image of his spine featuring surgical hardware, which has led to speculation about how his medical issues may have influenced his views on the healthcare system and possibly contributed to his alleged actions. And people were saying, well, this is his sister posting him. And I think this was like right after the news broke that it was him and then he got arrested. And people were like, oh my goodness, why are you going to blow his cover like this? But I mean, his cover was already blown. Like, they were saying that to his sister, like, why are you blowing his cover like this? But his cover's already blown if he didn't have that. Also, though, it makes sense to me that his sister or whatever is reacting like that. If he's actually been missing for all those months that they said, and news of this manhunt is how they find out that he's out there. You know, so I can understand a reaction like this if your brother's been missing for a while and now he's on the news. So, you know what I mean? So yeah, it seems like this guy wasn't no super duper left wing kind of person, or at least his views didn't match up with that, at least not completely. But to me, I think that drives the point home even further, right? The fact that across the political spectrum, some people are starting to see like, okay, the stuff that we have to deal with don't make no sense. And like I said in my previous video talking about this, the fact that so many people, so many different kinds of people feel the same way about things like the healthcare industry, high prices, period, inflation, all that stuff. Like the fact that so many different kinds of people feel the same way is something that these politicians or whatever, these people who are trying to get elected, Democrats, whoever, could have really taken advantage of, could have really tapped into. But at this point, people are starting to feel like the only way that they will be heard is through violence. And it's like, I feel like it didn't have to be this way. Like, it really didn't. I'm sure as time goes on, we're going to find out even more information, because they still digging through this man's social media. Like, they still digging through this guy's social media. I mean, last time I checked, they was going through this guy Letterboxd. Like, they seeing what films he's watched. Like, they going through stuff. I'm sure we're going to find out more information as time goes on. I'll be here to report. As usual, thank y'all so much for watching. And make sure that you have a good goddamn evening.
I'm gonna dip after making your death drop. Headlock, got him in a headlock. Music to my ears, I'm about to make your head pop. Headlock, got him in a headlock.